because a couple people are not here. So hey, we're gonna play a Kahoot. Just follow along if you're watching this video later, and you can see the answers. I think on our first official test that we have, some of these Kahoot questions will be on your test. I will give you the questions and the answers tomorrow. I'll just give you them in a document or a hard copy if you like that sort of thing. Okay, we good? Ready? Hard copies are so not. Okay, here we go. This should be an easy one. So, right, the idea is we're combining it so we can get that nitric acid through rain, right? To come on down. I want it to rain on us. Cheat sheet.
Do you cheat sheet for the test?
No.
You do?
No. Sorry. I know. Also, kind of going with the theme here, kind of think about these questions. They're all going to be in order a little bit. You know what I'm saying, right? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Do you have a test? When is it?
I don't know. What dehydrates off? I wonder. I should have put turds for the fourth choice. You have to guess on this one?
Oh, I got it wrong.
Dehydrates?
What?
Hydrogen? If you're dehydrated, you don't have what?
Water in
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
system?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And water's made up of?
Water? I don't know.
You don't know what water's made of, really?
H2O.
Okay, what's the H?
Hydrogen.
What's the O?
Oxygen.
Boom.
What's the two? That means there's two.
There's
ones.
two.
There's
Two the ones.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Did you take chemistry?
I cheated on it. She did. We cheated on every test.
Is this for Jenna?
Yeah. Jenna knew we cheated. Yeah, Jenna knew.
Don't choose turd.
Yeah, Jenna knew. Jenna would look at us like while we were cheating on the test. Me and Jenna would literally be push our tests together during the test.
So it makes
like
anybody.
if you asked her a question, she was literally going to tell you the answer.
You're lying.
Does anybody talk to her anymore?
No, but she looks like she's letting
She
her
doing?
slide. I love her. I miss her. I miss her. She would let me two people out in class. It's so much fun.
She let you what?
She let me two people out in class for being idiots.
Shoot people?
Like, no, she let me like yell at people in class
Oh.
for like being stupid.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she'd like laugh at me and like join, like laugh at me, join in on it. Oh, dang it. I really need to watch my math. I really need to just get my life together. dude.
You need those nitrogens, right, to make those amino acids. Amino acids make what? Proteins. Yeah.
Mr. B, I go to Fort Wayne to get my retainer stand, and every time I go get Dunkin', and I forgot $2.
Like, when are you leaving?
Yeah.
When are you leaving? I might have $2 to loan you.
Oh, it's not.
Stop.
Hey,
Is it sad that I don't even have $2?
I would feel pretty
I'll loan you this, but if you don't pay me back, I will
My favorite in quarters.
hunt you down. Sure.
So you know.
I have a change jar at home.
Yeah, I'll take quarters.
You can use them and change. This one. Oh yeah, Mr. B.
Give him here.
Yeah, right.
Don't call me that.
Today he said that he saw girls, like 12-year-olds, on the sidewalk doing the walk dance. Do you know
Whoa.
what the walk dance is?
I don't know what the walk is.
Should I show you what the walk dance
Yeah,
is?
after this, after this.
Not personally. I'm not personally going to show you
Mr.
it.
Burnmore, you don't.
I don't want to know.
No.
No. Thank you, Mr.
Should I Google it?
No.
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 Okay.
Don't Google it.
Okay, thank
No.
Thank
I'll
you.
stand up to perform the walk dance.
Oh, dude,
No, no.
this is making me nervous.
But he said they were like 12. I'm 17. My dad still won't open the walk dance. Aries, you do the walk dance? Show
I think
us.
Preston W did the walk in the,
I'll look it up at home. No, don't even
Hannah's
look it
gonna
up.
walk in the door and you're gonna be watching somebody doing the walk dance and she's gonna be like, what are you watching?
Brandon, keep in mind where the song is.
Right, I know the song.
Oh no, this is.
I think that's supposed to be nitrogen gas. Gas. It's my typo, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it.
Mr. B, does around your camera, like where your case doesn't
Yeah,
cover,
I
does
know.
it get really
Keep
dirty?
watching. It only gets worse. Yeah.
Just a few more here.
No, it was not.
Nitrites are into.
What? I just put these in here. 39. How did I do that? I don't know. What did you say? 2.5. It was due today. Like it was due today. It's due today.
Building something.
It's the same as last one. It's the same as last one. So you start with the parent function. Yeah, I got that. Then you just chunk it out in baby steps. So do you do the y equals 1/2 square root of x plus 4?
Last one.
Hold on, I can't use my brain right now.
Put the math away.
Math is part of APES.
Yeah, but not that.
I'm gonna use pre-calc and then elementary teacher.
Who's the winner?
They're teaching pre-calc.
Turds. Thanks to those folks who joined, or who voted turds. And the winner is. Nice job.
Not the flex or anything.
Nice job. I don't know who Ruben is. Oh, good job.
I don't know who Ruben is.
Did you get every single one of them right? Dang it. How did you do that? Did you study this or did you just use from?
It said tricky game. The
Did
best
your
is yet to
chart?
come.
All right, let's put our Chromebooks down and let's talk about a couple things here. All right. Oh, hey, look, I got a microphone. I know it's kind of cheesy, but like everyone said that they could hear me a lot better but I don't love the, like everyone at home could hear me a lot better. It's a little bit echoey for me. But there you go. We're going to try it for a while and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, let's get our notes out. Let's talk a little bit about the nitrogen cycle. And I hope that at the end of today that maybe you'll get to that point where you're like, okay, stuff is starting to make a little bit more sense. It may not make total sense, and it's going to take, maybe some studying what I'm going to do is after tomorrow, I will give you a list of those questions and answers from the Quizlet, so that could be part of a study guide for you. Okay, but if you look at this picture, what's happening, remember, the big idea is that nitrogen is not readily available for us. Okay, it's a major gas in the atmosphere. Okay, but we've got to get it to here to us. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, rain is the key factor there. And how are we going to get nitrogen? Luckily, in the atmosphere, nitrogen can form nitric acid, right? And that nitric acid then comes down and goes into the soil. Okay, luckily dehydrating off that hydrogen so that we can just have that nitrogen ready to be used. Okay, those are those atmospheric interactions or atmospheric fixations. So when we get into the ground, this guy's a key player, right? And by the way, we had zero success, unfortunately, with our trying to grow this stuff. I don't know what happened, but it still stayed liquidy. It is really weird. Okay, we have a symbiotic relationship. So we have this legume, okay, in this case a soybean, and we have these little nodules that contain the bacteria called what? Rhizobium, right? And so this rhizobium then are able to be fixed, or they fix that so that's able to be used. Okay, so what happens once they do that? They can incorporate it in. That's over here, this assimilation. Okay, or those bacteria could turn it into ammonium, which turns them into nitrites that then become nitrates. Think about ammonium in this way: that you ever smell urine? You ever smell it? It smells different, right? I could go get some urine and we could smell it later. I have some a sample if you want. What's it usually smell like?
Probably like pee.
Yeah, what's pee smell like though?
Like urine.
Like urine, right? Thank you. Okay, it does kind of have a little bit of a strong. Here, let me just get some pee. Hold on.
Yeah, he's putting on strap.
Literally just lifts it out and goes into test tube.
You guys are awful. Whose pee is it? Do we want to know whose pee it is? I don't think so.
Or what did the pee come from?
All right, and by
That's not pee.
yeah, this is pee,
That's not pee.
100%. Okay, you know how I know? Because I just made it. All right. Okay, so
There's no way you're pee. Exactly.
smell this.
No.
Can you smell it?
No,
No, I can't smell.
You got the virus?
okay.
No. No, it's allergies.
I mean, it's a tad bit salty, popcorn salty. Yeah.
I'm not smelling your pee, David.
Yeah, wait. You can't smell it? You can't smell that?
Because it's
Anybody else want to take a good whiff of
I'm
this?
not.
Smell my pee.
It's not pee.
It is pee. Smell it.
That's not
It is pee.
First of all,
That's
there's
not
no
healthy.
way, so that's like,
Smell my pee.
it's clear.
That means you can get a lot of water. No.
Okay, right? Anybody else
Straight,
want to whiff?
whatever color it
How
is.
much water do you drink a day?
You kids at home, okay? You want to smell it at home? There you go. All right. What's it smell like?
Raunchy.
Raunchy. Give me a better description of
I smell
raunchy.
like popcorn.
Yeah,
almost.
like microwave
Popcorn? Microwave popcorn?
Yeah.
What?
I don't think it smells like my man. What kind of popcorn are you eating?
Like the faint
Smell
smell
it
of the
again.
concessions.
Huh?
Like the faint smell of the concessions.
Y'all are
No,
disgusting.
I can go in the boys' bathroom, open the door, and smell. I mean,
That's true. That's true. I think it's got kind of almost like an ammonia kind of smell to it, right?
Probably 'cause it's not your
Okay.
pee. Yeah,
It is. This is okay. So it's not my pee, but it is pee. Okay, so it's like fake pee. I bought a bunch of fake pee to use for a lab. And if you took anatomy last year, you would have, huh? They make it in the lab, and it comes in a bottle. Like, no, look, I'll show you. Jeez.
He
like,
gets a
there's literally an unlimited supply of Fiddis in the world. Okay.
He gets a package and Miss B's like, "Oh, what you get, honey?" He's like, "Fake pee."
So this is simulated normal urine, and this is simulated high urine. Okay, so it's made of
Weed urine.
so this is so, and then we just basically test out different things. So this has water, urea, actually does have urea, dextrose, sodium hydroxide, BSA, I don't know what that is, and trace amounts of food coloring. And so basically, if we did this lab, it would have, so this would have a very a pH that's higher than normal. A normal pH for urine is right around 4 or less than 4, so a little acidic, and then this would be around 8. So it has more of kind of an ammonia kind of smell to it, and that's because of what's in the urine. So, and yeah, if you've ever walked into a boys' bathroom, men's bathroom, there is definitely a smell to it. Okay, we had, when I was running the firehouse, we had these, and it was a good idea. It was probably a bad idea, but we had the waterless urinals. Okay, so there was no flush. It just had a little filter in, and unfortunately, they didn't get used enough. Like I've used those a lot, and they're fine, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. They don't have a flush on it. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, have you ever seen these before? Man, this is not where I thought I was going today with this lesson. But here, I'll show you. Let's see. Eco urinal.
It really is called a tree.
It looks like this. So there's no water in it. There's just the ones at the firehouse that we had were like this. They look kind of like that, except like the ones in the porta pot go like down into a hole. This one's got like more of a filter on it. But yeah, there's no flush on it, and we use a lot of water, unfortunately, with flushing toilets, as you'll see later. Okay, but this one, man, definitely an ammonia kind of smell to it. Okay, so when you think about death, when you think about peeing, think about that ammonium that is being released. Yes.
So why do you need a filter and not just like a hole?
Yeah, because of the smell. That's the problem. And
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I'm sure there's other reasons too that I don't know.
Just give me a funnel, basically, that leads into a
Yeah,
pipe.
yeah, right. Yeah. That's a great question. Maybe so people don't put stuff in it, maybe, because there's a lot of idiots that would do something like that, right? Okay, so think about urine. Think about that. That's that ammonium. Okay, so that ammonium can be, and then bacteria once again can be used to convert that into a nitrite. The nitrates are what's really usable. Okay, so nitrates, okay, are what can be assimilated into that plant. Okay, so here's what we've got. There's another picture. So once again, this is kind of the answers, and I'll give you this at the end of this lecture for the Quizlet, or sorry, the Kahoot. So in the atmosphere, we want that nitric acid. Okay, whether it's because of the light plus hydrogen plus nitrous oxide, okay, and ozone, put all that together, that gave us nitric acid, or if we just got water and dinitrogen, okay, we want that nitrate, okay, so what's that nitrate going to do? it's going to assimilate. Okay, so if we've got nitrogen coming down and that hydrogen goes off, boom, they can use that again for amino acids. Okay, or the rhizobium can fix it. Okay, plants die, we got ammonium. Okay, then we can convert that ammonium into nitrites, which could go into nitrates, or they could be absorbed by themselves. Okay, it's all over the place, I know. Okay, but let's talk a little bit about what happens if we have too much. In that video that I showed you on Friday, there was that idea of, it was the guy and he was flying around, it was animated, and it was in the ocean at first, and then it went to the land, and it talked about what happens when there's excess nitrogen. Well, the key to that is that it's going to completely change the outlook. And let me kill one of these lights here so you can see this a little bit better, of that ecosystem. We want a good amount. Okay. If we have too less, it's going to be bad. If we have too more, okay, it's going to be bad. We want something right there, okay, in the middle. Okay, and so, wait, where did I put those pictures from Jacob? Oh, there we are. Okay, so let's talk about the phosphorus cycle, and then I'll show you those pictures. Okay, so there's one word that I want you to associate with the phosphorus cycle. Okay, and that is rocks. Okay, just know that if we're talking about phosphorus, we're talking about rocks, and we need phosphorus too. Can you think of something, okay, that would be in our bodies? Once again, to bring it back to AP Bio, here's a big hint. Why is phosphorus important to us? Yeah, we got to open doors, right? Okay, and so if I don't have what, I can't open doors. ATP, what's ATP stand for? Adenosine triphosphate, right? Okay, so yeah, it's important for the ecosystem, but it's really important for us as well. Where do we get the phosphate from? What's that? Well, that's where ATP gets the phosphorus, but where do we get it? If I want some phosphorus from food, right? I get it from my food. Where does my food get it from?
What it eats.
Okay, what it eats, right? And it needs nutrients, right? Where does all this phosphorus come from? Rocks, right? Okay, in rocks, or we make it in the lab, right? We spray it, we put it on the field, right? But it comes from rocks. Think about something that I'm fascinated with, okay? And maybe Morgan and I need to work on this. Maybe today we can. Okay, there's something that the phosphorus cycle has to do with something. Hopefully, we're going to grow in class. What are those things called? And at home, if you want to type it up, you can too. What are those things called that we're going to hopefully grow in class? Diatoms, right? Okay, where do diatoms get their food?
Algae blooms.
Not algae blooms. The rock sediment that came from where?
Glaciers.
Okay, could be from glaciers. Okay, and how do glaciers get their rocks? I mean, I thought glaciers were ice. Yeah, it's like scraping over time, right? Okay, and we'll show you pictures. This is all like big picture stuff here. Okay, you guys know, like in the wintertime, especially in the Lances parking lot, when they shovel the snow and they shovel it up to where that old Wells Fargo ATM was, and it gets real big, then it all melts. What's left? The dirt, right? Okay, and you know, like right at the the end of winter, beginning of spring, when it starts to get warm, and that snow doesn't look so white anymore, right? It's starting to melt, so you're starting to see the dirt. That's the glacier, right? Packard Road, okay, we're in freaking Indiana, and Packard Road's like this, right? My boys love that. They call that. I shouldn't say this. I'll tell you, they call the pee-pee vibrator road. like, yeah, pee-pee vibrator. Because it's like, it's like kind of, they're bouncing. I shouldn't tell them. I shouldn't. Yeah, my boys someday are gonna be like, "Oh God, Dad." Okay, I didn't make it up. They did. They're like, "Dad, my pee-pee's vibrating." It's not because the road is, all right. Why is the road like that? Yeah, that's where the glacier stopped, and they receded, they advanced and receded, and they left all that glacial till. Okay, the Packard moraine, it's crazy. Everybody's like, Indiana sucks, right? But we got some cool stuff. Like right behind Dave McKee's house, they found a mammoth bone. Oh yeah, man. Like right, oh yeah. Oh man, it's so cool. And Clay Little, I should ask him if he could bring this in, has like a mammoth tooth from that area where they farmed in. Oh, that's really cool. It's in this beautiful case. He brought it in, it made me nervous. Okay, right? So glaciers have that. Okay, now remember from the movie, it wasn't just glaciers though. Okay, what else? Okay, think of the Amazon River, but not the Amazon River, the one in the sky. Where did it go? The Andes, right? When it hit the Andes, what happened to water? Yeah, it turned precipitation and eroded, and it took all that phosphate and it fed those diatoms, right? Okay, phosphorus cycle equals rocks. Okay, you with me on that? Okay, so unfortunately though, sometimes it gets too big. Okay, now Toledo, poor Toledo, man, it sucks to live in Toledo because, they had this, and then Flint, not too far away from there, that had all that water issue, the Flint water issue where they had lead in the water. Okay, but this is Lake Erie, and they get algae blooms. This is a picture that Jacob took last week, and if you've been to Hanging Rock, is the Wabash River. It looks green right now. And so I contacted my friend Herb, and many of you may know Herb if you took, well, no, you all took like AP Bio last year, right? Shoot, because then you didn't get to go on that trip. Or did you get to go? Did you get to go to Point Anne? No. Oh, no. Wonder why you didn't. No. Anyways, Herb, yeah, COVID. Herb is my buddy who's an expert with Jerry Sweeten on the rivers of Indiana, and they do a lot of studying. And so I texted him. I said to Herb, "Why is the Wabash River so green?" He said it's a combination of two things. And he said it is low levels of water. Okay, so of course that changed last night. The river levels will be up a little bit. Okay, and also excess nutrients. And those nutrients are nitrogen and phosphorus. We'll talk more later. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for coming, guys. I hope you can hear me. Hey, Maggie, could you hear me a little bit better with the mic on? Did that help at all? I'm just.
Oh yeah, I think so. I could hear you pretty well.
Okay, good. You think it was like a little bit better or just the same?
I think it was a little bit better.
Okay, cool. Hey, thanks so much. All right, we'll talk later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining me, Jeremiah. I hope you're doing okay.